The best of high school sports is right here. Live from Studio A in Yuma, Arizona. Friday Night Lights starts right now. Sponsored by Exceptional Community Hospital.
Welcome to Week 10 of Friday Night Lights, sponsored by Exceptional Health. I'm Morgan Feller. Beside me is my co-host, Jalen Fong. We have an action-packed show for you guys tonight featuring 9 highlights.
The past 2 weeks have started off with the Hopeville Vikings, and this week we're doing the same thing again. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right here, this Hopeville team has been the team to beat in the Imperial Valley after taking down Central last week.
That's right, Jalen. They will have to go through Brawley's suffocating defense this go-around, though. The Wildcats have averaged less than 24 points allowed. It'll definitely be an interesting test for Hopeville's explosive offense. Let's head to Holtville. There is the potential front-runners for the IVL crown at this point, taking on Brawley's team, who has pulled off a couple upsets the past few weeks. Bert Esposito and those Cats won another one early. Brawley up 7-0. Alonzo Cuevas drops back, fires a pass, and it's knocked down by Keith Sanchez. Great coverage by him, preventing the score. There's a second look. They get a penalty, so the Vikings will set up shop inside Wildcat 2. That is where they give it to their potential player of the year, Enrique Pollo Armas, who does this work and runs through a couple of Cats flexes for the camera there. Let's move along to that next Viking possession. Brawley did a pretty good job containing Armas in that half. And now it's time for Cuevas, who fires a deep shot to who is it to? Number 7. That is who it is to for a touchdown. They go up. Hopeville fans going nuts. It didn't matter, though. This one got ugly. They would go on to win 36-7 and now sit at 8-1.
There are the Central Spartans coming into back-to-back weeks of heartbreaking losses, trying to get their first win in IVL play. And there's Calexico head coach Fernando Solano leading his Bulldogs, also 3-3 coming into this matchup. First drive for Calexico, they have Joshua Ramirez. He is able to get a couple of blockers and pick up a gain of 10 for the first down. Bulldogs were able to get into Spartan territory, and the Bulldogs stick with the run game on the very next play, called right here for a quick run by Carlos Delgado for that first down. Drive would end up with the turnover, though, as Lucas Murillo, hopping on the fumble recovery. Central would take advantage when Jimenez drops back the throw. He fires one deep. What a play from Joshua Garcia, who reels in the diving catch inside the 2-yard line. As just a few plays later, coming up right here, Central right here, players would roll out the Wildcat with Matthew Lizola plowing his way through a couple of Bulldogs into the end zone. Central wins their first game in IVL play. They advance to 7-2 on this one, winning this game 35-20.
Let's pivot to Yuma County for some midday football at Warrior Field, where San Pasquale hosted head coach Alan Ferguson and the Highland Prep West Hornets. Will pick this one up in the first quarter. Hornets up 7 already. Alfred Cornejo collects the snap, hands it to Martinez, who hands it off to Alex Acuna. SP with some trickery here. Acuna is going to cut across the field as blockers in front and runs for a massive gain to get within the 5. Next play, Warriors, they must have been taking some notes from Philly as they line up in a tush-push type formation. Acuna take the direct snap and lean forward for the easy touchdown. Next drive, Highland Prep West would march down, and Michael Silvas fires a deep ball to Braden Patton, who catches the rock in traffic. Great play by the senior, but just a couple plays later inside the 10, Silvas throws to his intended receiver, but Michael Harris jumps the pass and picks it off. A costly interception. The game would stay knotted at 7 with the goal line turnover, but San Pasquale would ultimately fall 61-41 and drop to 2-7 on the season.
Hall of Fame weekend tonight at Curly Cup Memorial Stadium, where the Yuma Criminals hosted Cibola in a crosstown clash. Second quarter right here, Crims quarterback Marquise Dixon fakes the handoff. He's going to roll towards the far sideline, gaining a couple of yards before going out of bounds. Now inside Raider territory, the Crims hand the ball off to Elijah Radler. He tries to find some open field, taking the contact for a short gain. Crims would turn it over on downs. Raiders ball now with the pitch out to Daniel Sainz. He breaks it to the outside and tie ropes the sideline before being knocked out by freshman Kai Okumara. Raiders continued their march down the field and hit pay dirt with this scamper by Marquise Montag for 6. The Raiders right here going for two, trying to extend that lead right here. Xavier Rodriguez would find who else but Marquise Montag, stretching out with one hand and reeling in the 2-point conversion right here. Yuma still looking for some offensive momentum. Dixon connects with Rattler right here, but the Raiders swarming to the ball and stopping that promising reception. They would force another punt. Just before halftime, Cibola working on their 2-minute drill as Rodriguez finds Signs in the back of the end zone, going up high and reeling it in for another Raider touchdown. Cibola goes up 34-0 at the half and would cruise in this one, shutting out the Crims 50-0. Cibola improves to 5-2, while Yuma's is still in search for win number 1.
We've got a lot more prep football coming your way as Yuma Catholic looks to extend their win streak, and Calipatria hopes to take a stronghold on the Desert League.
We're marching down the field and picking up every first down along the way. More Friday Night Lights right after this short water break.